Views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast.
And we are getting so close to Christmas. Hope you're ready for it, because that would make one of us. Welcome to this week's edition of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast. I'm John Engelman. Interviewed some great folks in this one. Spoiler, I knew them before the interview. It's the folks at Lasang Pinoy, Maria Smith and her brother, executive chef Bill Martfeld. But you know how we started around here, don't you? There was a big grand opening this weekend in Bentonville, as the much-anticipated Chicken Headz opened Saturday at 201 Southwest 14th Street to a ribbon cutting and a crowd. They're open Tuesday through Thursday, 10:30 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 10:30 to 10, and Sunday, 11 to 8. Another highly anticipated restaurant opened in Fayetteville yesterday, as Fuego Tortilla Grill opened their doors. They'll have their official grand opening on January 13th. This is their first location outside of the state of Texas. Here's the best part. They are open 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, as they're closed on Monday. They're known for brisket tacos, and they're made from scratch tortillas.
All right, let's do it.
Another big grand opening happened yesterday as Crisp and Green opened in Springdale on the southwest corner of Jean George and Sunset, just west of the Springdale Sam's Club. If you're not familiar, they offer salads, grain bowls, wraps, smoothies, and much more. It's their second location in Northwest Arkansas, the first one opening in Bentonville in 2023. Owner Tony Airoso tells us why they picked Springdale.
Springdale was a great next choice for us. It's a growing market. They have a family here, the George family, who's really thought about the development of the area, has a great plan. They came to us and talked to us about being part of this location here, and we couldn't have been happier. We fell in love with the location. We're super happy to be here and provide scratch, fresh, healthy food to Springdale.
Just a few suites down from Crisp and Green is Potbelly Sandwiches. We told you last week that they would be opening before the first of the year, and they are. They are opening this Friday. The opening of Pizza Lotties in Bentonville has been pushed into 2026. Of course, Lotties is owned by Pizzeria Ruby's Mike Robert Shaw and Meredith Butler. They tell me look late January, early February. Marcus Samuelsson is holding a restaurant takeover at Choctaw Casino Picola, and there's still a few tickets remaining for the Sunday, December 28th, 7:30 p.m. dinner. Of course, Chef Samuelsson is a decorated chef, as decorated as they come. He was the youngest ever to receive a 3-star restaurant review from the New York Times. He's been named the best chef in New York City by the James Beard Foundation. He's done cookbooks, run several acclaimed restaurants globally. He's been a consistent judge on Chopped and even won Chopped All-Stars. Grab your tickets now before they're gone and come join me. Something very different is coming to Fayetteville next spring, as Feroz the Afghan Restaurant is coming to town. It's going to be authentic Afghan food, 100% halal, and they tell me they plan to open it sometime in February or March. If you're from Oklahoma or the Tulsa area specifically, you're going to love this news. Hideaway Pizza is coming to Rogers. They're going through the build-out right now and have set a grand opening date of February 2nd. They'll be located at 4886 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, just below PB2 Architecture and Engineering. Speaking of Rogers, they are holding a restaurant weekend. It's January 15th to the 18th. The weekend is designed to highlight diversity in restaurants in downtown Rogers. Look for exclusive offerings and chef specials, as well as ticket info soon. Finally, happy 11th birthday to Puritan Coffee and Beer. They celebrated last weekend with Christmas vacation trivia and fun old-fashioned family Christmas. And this week's Flavors Flashback, Barclita and Big Lieutenants Trey and Weesey Pasor have a hilarious tale about how they met in New York. Better late than never.
I think our friend Eric at the time was supposed to introduce us. It didn't work out because someone fell asleep, Trey. At that time,
I was working a lot.
He was working a lot of hours, and in hindsight, it's kind of crazy that we actually even started dating because our hours were completely opposite.
Oh, that's the worst.
But then it turns out the week later, it was July 4th, and I was going to a huge bartender sanctioned event. Essentially, it was going to a Mets game, and it was one of the hottest days of the year. We decided to tailgate at a baseball game. I don't know anybody who's ever done that, but it was like 70 bartenders. Nobody brought food. It was a lot of booze, though, so that was, the start of a very healthy day.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that one of our, Eric, who is the person who technically introduced us, one of his friends, who was a mutual friend of ours, brought Trey as like his +1.
Okay.
And I didn't know who he was. I thought it was a girl, actually, because Trey spells his name really interestingly. And so I was like, oh, Ataru's got a girlfriend. I can't believe it. It's like a date. And then he shows up, and I was like, oh, I think you're the person I was supposed to meet. And then we ended up spending the whole day together. It wasn't like romantic. It wasn't like love at first sight, I don't think, right?
Just kind of hanging out, right?
Just hanging out, yeah. And then, in between shots, and I think we traveled between Brooklyn and Manhattan, maybe back again. I mean, I'm pretty sure I threw up a couple times.
We were all over the place that time.
And yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, I was 26, you were 28.
Go Mets.
Go Mets. To this day,
I don't even know if they won. No
and
clue.
I know it was Mets against the Phillies, and I think we got into the stadium at the bottom of the 6th.
No, I think it was the 7th. Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
And then we left.
And then we left like before the 9th.
We did the majority of our day tailgating.
Yeah.
As long as it's fruitful, right?
Yeah.
Oh
but then
my gosh.
it just so happens that July 4th is like, it's our favorite holiday collectively, but it's
Okay.
also our favorite holidays kind of like separately. And so it's the day that we met. We celebrated it as an anniversary in addition to what our wedding
that's
anniversary
cool.
is. Yeah.
Nice. And it's
So,
easy to remember, too.
Very.
Yes.
Lasang Pinoy owner Maria Smith owns and runs a family restaurant. Her brother Bill is the executive chef. Her husband will work there sometimes. Her mom's always there. It's their home away from home. Maria and Chef Bill talk about being born in the Philippines and their path to Rogers. They have been literally everywhere. And you'll hear the stories too. Also, though they're just over a year old, they were affected by the Rogers tornado. You're not going to believe that story. Oh, and the food. If you've not had it, you're going to be in for a treat when you go. They just released their new menu, and you'll hear what's brand new on the menu and what's a staple. And that's next, right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Welcome back. We are at a true family restaurant here. We're at Lasang Pinoy, downtown Rogers at the corner of Walnut and 8th Street, and we are here with brother-sister. We are here with Maria Smith, Chef Bill Martfeld. Guys, how are you?
Awesome.
Good.
Happy to be here.
I'm glad to do it. I'm happy to be here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time because I know you guys are super, super busy. So, well, let's kick it off here. And I know we're going to get into the long, long road it was to get this open. And I know a lot of people don't know that story. So we'll get into it. But before we get into that, I want to know a little bit more about you guys. You all were born in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up there and the influences you have that you carry with you now? Tell me about it.
Well, our dad is from Rogers, Arkansas.
Okay, yeah.
And he joined the Navy during the Vietnam War.
Wow.
Met our mom in the Philippines, and then I was born, and then my brother was born, and then my sister was born. So we were all there.
Oh, wow.
But we moved to different countries most of our lives, so we weren't there for very long before we were on the East Coast. And then we moved back to the Philippines, then to Okinawa, then to Guam, then to California, then graduated high school in England, went to college in California, and transferred to the U of A, and we've been in Arkansas for almost 30 years now.
Now do it in reverse. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. I just wanted to do it, sorry. Was ending up here always kind of in the playbook for you guys?
No.
How did that work out?
No.
What got you here?
Well, our dad wanted to retire.
Okay.
And so part of that was buying a house here, and so...
He wanted to come back here?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because his family's here.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
he's one of 6 or 7, so his family's here. And I remember when he retired from the Navy, they bought a house here. We were in California, and we moved here before they did. And then my mom came and she said no.
Oh.
She said no. The food scene was not diverse enough.
How long
30
ago
years
was that?
ago.
Oh,
30
yeah.
years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
95,
nothing.
94.
I mean, and so they ended up, I think, moving to Florida. And she would still send us packages of things because she was afraid we weren't going to eat.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
It's come a long way. Northwest Arkansas has come
gosh.
a long way.
Even in the last 5 years.
I know.
It's
I know,
insane.
I know,
It's
I know.
in a very good way, Bo. I
Very
say
good way.
insane. But yeah. So moving to the U.S., talk about that culture shock. It had to be.
Yes, it was very different,
Yeah.
especially moving to California.
Yeah. I think the biggest shock was just the like the lingo, the street talk that everybody grows up
And the
like
fashion.
talking about, and the fashion. We
The
went
California fashion.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, we went to a private Catholic school, so
Okay.
you couldn't have fashion.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of one of those.
Did you?
Well, it wasn't Catholic. It was Diet Catholic. It was Episcopalian, but it's a long time ago, yeah. I was a little bit different back then.
But yeah, I think that was then the other thing that was really fascinating to me. I don't know if it was for you, just how many old people
Oh, yeah.
were here. Because when you grow up in the military, you only see young people. And so coming here to the States, just seeing older people was a culture shock.
And you guys are always living
Isn't
on
that
bases,
weird?
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
military
yeah.
bases.
Yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. Gosh, talk about that shock. That's crazy.
It is. It
Yeah.
is crazy. But what's interesting though is I'll hang out with an octogenarian in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Same. Same.
I love
same.
the history. I love the sense of humor. I love.
I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm with you. So, were you guys kind of in a food-centric family growing up?
We were, but this is an interesting thing. When our mom first met our dad, she did not know how to cook.
Okay.
In fact, somebody gave her a Betty Crocker cookbook.
She still
and
has it today.
She still has it.
You sweet talker, Betty Crocker.
And I remember my dad's stories of like rock hard biscuits and stuff like
Oh.
this. And now the way that she cooks like is so fascinating
Yeah.
because she doesn't need a recipe. She'll smell it to see if it needs something else.
Wow.
She's an amazing cook.
Wow.
And then Bill, I mean, I think Bill's probably her favorite because of that connection.
Wow.
Because they'll spend hours in the kitchen or just sitting at the table talking about
Yeah.
food, and I'm like, want to me.
You're Charlie Brown's teacher?
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
But they just have such a great relationship,
Yeah.
and they're just curious about food. And Bill's always been creative. Like when we were kids, I remember one time saying, I want pizza. And I'm thinking, oops, we don't have any pizza.
Yeah.
And he says, I'll make pizza. And he made it from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah, he's always been like that.
So, Bill, she is your influence, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So,
Anybody who's hungry.
fair. Fair. So, that was a big influence on you as far as what you wanted to do professionally. I'm assuming that's probably where it all started.
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, we had a neighbor and he was a chef, or at least their older son was a chef. But
Okay.
I didn't think about it back then.
Yeah. What got you to want to be a chef eventually?
Well, I was in London. My little sister went to visit Maria in California,
Okay.
and I was by myself. In order to go out at night, I would cook. Because I'll be watching on television, and I'll say, I can do that. So I would just
Yeah.
cook for my parents. And then when my parents come home, we eat. And my mom would always say, I'll do the dishes. And then I could go out.
Perfect. Yeah. So you don't have to do the dishes, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Very cool. And so that was kind of the influence. I guess it's kind of one of those things, I don't know, man. When I'm young and when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Or if it was baseball season, I wanted to be the catcher for the Texas Rangers, or something like that. What was your, when you were a kid, what was your goal professionally?
Firefighter.
Okay. Yeah. I went through one of those times too. Yeah. What about you, Maria?
I wanted to be president of the universe.
Oh.
I know it.
Like to see that business card.
I know it. I know
President
it.
of the universe. Well, you guys end up here. Was there any restaurant background for anyone in your family along the way?
Yes, our uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle John.
Uncle John.
Yeah, he
and
owned
Roseanne.
Prairie Creek Hickory House.
Okay, yeah.
In Rogers.
Yeah.
Whenever we would come here on holiday, we would eat there, and
Yeah.
it's funny. Like I always got the same dish every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was a big influence even for you too.
Yeah, because I worked in his kitchen.
Oh, did you really?
So,
Awesome. Now, how long had that been around?
ooh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Decades, yeah,
Yeah.
because they started where Tony C's was. That was that, and then they built where Pueblitos is now.
Okay.
They built that building.
Nice.
I don't know if they started it, but they used to have the Arkansas Rogers Public Theater have shows in
Oh,
their
interesting.
restaurant. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
What a small world.
I know.
That's great.
I know.
That's awesome. Well, when was it that you guys decided, and I'm just skipping a big, well, actually, I want to go back because, Maria, you were in the professional world, the corporate world. Tell me about that path for you here in Northwest Arkansas.
Well, so I was a single mom.
Okay.
And everybody at the time, this was, 35 years ago,
Okay.
and everybody at the time said single moms have to become teachers.
Oh, gosh.
And so I went to school to become a teacher, and then when I got done, I didn't want to be a teacher,
Yeah.
and I was lost. So I started in at an aerospace manufacturing company.
Oh.
I know. And I just worked my way up
Okay.
to basically being responsible for half of the company, at
Wow.
least the part that didn't make the money.
President of that universe. Right?
But I learned a lot, and then
Yeah.
I moved over to Walmart, and I was there for like 10, 15 years,
Okay.
I think. I don't know, time just loses track for me, but was in health and wellness compliance, and then my last stint was over at Sam's Club, where I was responsible for ethics and regulatory compliance for
Nice.
Sam's US.
Okay.
And I think what's interesting for me when I think about all of my pathways is that every job had huge responsibility over people.
Wow.
Because in aerospace manufacturing, like if you didn't do it right, planes could go down. If you were in health and wellness, if you didn't go right, people could, get very, very sick.
Yeah.
So working in a restaurant just seemed like a natural kind of thing to
Okay.
be responsible for making sure people had a great time from a hospitality standpoint, but also that they were safe.
Well, and I think it also kind of goes back to caring for your neighbor.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a big part of it. At least that would
Yeah.
fuel me in that position,
Yeah.
So along those lines, did you guys always want to eventually have a restaurant?
He did.
Okay.
Because I remember I lured him here. He was in Atlanta living with our sister.
Okay.
And I was like, Bill, if you come to Arkansas, you can open your own restaurant or open your own food truck. I just, do it. Because
Yeah.
he's always wanted Filipino food to have a seat at the table, with the other cuisines. And I was like, do it. And then he moved here, and it's not as easy as one would think to just say, I've got the talent, I've got the skills, I'm going to open a restaurant. It's not easy,
No.
And so it took several years, and then I left Walmart and was trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, what if we make this work? So we had a family meeting.
Ooh.
My mom, my dad, my husband, Bill, me, and we were like, what if we did something this crazy? And then
To be a fly on the wall for that meeting.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And then I said, if we're going to do this, we have to make sure we can actually work together. So we did a pop-up at a barrio fiesta for the Filipino American organization.
Oh, no kidding.
And it was so successful from a, selling the food and
Right.
people wanting the food and loving the food.
Yeah.
But more important, it was successful because we knew we could work with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's a lot. I mean, that's
Yeah.
you can't open. I mean, you can't even get your foot in the door if you're at each other's throats.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We certainly have our, fights and stuff.
But you all know each other and care about each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It has been the most amazing, rewarding experience to work with other people who have the same exact mission.
Yeah.
Because then you can disagree. You can have really, really hard fights.
Sure.
But then you come back because you know why you're here.
And you could talk it through. It's because of the respect you guys have for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And I mean, because of our parents, we have the same values. And so it's just really cool when somebody needs something.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't have to put together a pros and cons, proposal to say
Sure.
why I want to do this thing.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, dude, there's this opportunity to take care of somebody. And it's like, yeah, that's it.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's so great. Okay, so after the meeting and after the pop-up, you guys are thinking, well, let's add something else to it. Filipino food in Northwest Arkansas wasn't necessarily a thing either.
It's not necessarily a thing. It's had so many opportunities by so many famous people to say, this is the next thing.
Yeah.
And it just never really took off. And now you're seeing, I think, more really, really high-end restaurants, and you'll still see like food trucks and kind of mom and pop shops and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's nothing, I feel, or not enough of restaurants that are hanging out where we're hanging out.
Well, and that's actually my point going into, okay, we've got a great niche for something, especially this part of town, going into downtown Rogers. So I say this part of town. You guys didn't know it would be this part of town, did you, at the time, or did you find the spot?
We knew it was going to be in downtown Rogers because we live out by the lake, and I don't like traffic, and I don't have to go far to do stuff.
Girl.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I hate driving.
And he drives like he's in a parade, okay? I'm serious. I'm like, are we gonna ever get there? So
Bill, do you have your hand out the window waving at people as you're driving along, honking your horn? Hello, everybody. Hello.
Yeah, I'm the pace car.
He's the pace car.
I'm the pace.
So we
good.
knew downtown Rogers, and then because my dad is from Rogers, we just knew this was gonna be it.
Who's home?
So where we were isolating ourselves was really downtown Rogers.
Okay. All right.
And we had looked at a couple of places, and then this whole kind of unit was redesigned and redeveloped.
Yeah.
And
was this kind of this part of it? 'Cause I don't remember if it was this far west, but further on down, it was kind of a kind of a home goods type shop, almost like a mom pop shop sort of thing. My wife bought a big frame, like an old school frame over there, and we have it in our house. But I can't remember if this was part of it or not. It's no longer there.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
believe so.
You don't think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was further down. Now I think about it. Yeah. Sorry, but go ahead.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think about that. But so we found this spot, and it was empty.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no walls. There was nothing. And met with the landlord so background of this place.
Yeah.
This was the first Walmart. And our grandma worked here, retired from here.
It's crazy.
So
Crazy.
So just even that connection.
Yeah.
All of these things kind of just said, okay, this is the place. Well, then we met with the landlord, and it was his stepfather that built it for Mr. Sam.
Wow.
So it's still in his family.
Wow.
And so we kind of looked at this place, and it was just a blank slate.
Yeah.
It was a blank slate. And then I had designs, and then we met with an architect and kind of started putting this together. And I couldn't figure out why. So I don't have a lot of patience in the first place.
Oh, boy.
But I couldn't figure out why there was just delay after delay after delay. With every single step, there was a delay.
Yeah.
A delay with the architect, a delay with the city, a delay with the
Everything.
construction,
Oh, my
everything.
gosh. Yeah.
And so finally, we were supposed to open last June. And finally, we had just the frame up.
Okay.
Finally.
Oh gosh.
We should have been open in June, okay? We
Yeah.
had the frame up in May,
Oh.
and then tornadoes came.
Oh.
So it took everything down, the roof, all the walls that had been put up, all the windows.
And for those that don't know, there was a Memorial Day tornado that ravaged a part of Rogers, and this was the heart of it,
Yes.
where it happened.
Yes. I mean, we had our air conditioning on one side and the roof on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
It was devastating. But I will say this, had we opened, we would have lost everything. I mean, I bought things from the Philippines. I had, all of this stuff shipped from the Philippines so that I could have a truly authentic place.
And they're talking about the decor.
The decor,
Everything, yeah.
Had we been ready to open, we would have lost everything. Instead,
Gosh.
we lost, the roof and the walls and things like that, but nowhere near. And it is because I believe that God was looking out for us.
Well,
that's the only answer that I have.
What time of the day was it when that storm happened? Do you guys remember by chance? I don't. But I
believe it was overnight.
I feel like it was overnight
Okay.
because we came in here the morning and we're just driving around and like the gas was leaking, so the fire department had to come try to shut off gas, and it was just
and then we decided to come check it.
Yeah,
and
it was bad.
It was bad.
It was sad.
Well, and it was time to start over again at this spot. And you did. How long did it take for you guys to where you could get back in here and get things going?
Yeah, like it took the landlord until probably like November.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably till November or December, I want to say. And we were like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Because we had built kind of this momentum, we had a logo, we had, we incorporated, we had a website, and all these people, trying to do stuff.
Everybody knew about it.
Yeah, what are we going to do? And so I reached out to Hannah Sicione, and she owns Proof, and she had Tar House. She owns Proof downtown, which is a kind of an incubator for restaurants. If you think that you want to do something that crazy, you better test it out first.
Right.
It was the best thing ever for me because I'd never worked in a restaurant. I don't cook.
Yeah.
I was never a server. I've never worked in a restaurant.
And it's the perfect setup. Everything's ready to go.
There.
It's turnkey.
Everything's there. It is turnkey.
Yeah.
From the tables to the plates to the kitchen, everything.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic, but we also leveraged that time because usually it's a month. We asked for 3 months, and we leveraged that time to test out concepts and ideas of recipes and menu items. So every week we changed the menu.
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks we changed the menu.
Interesting.
That's a hard turn, but we wanted to see.
How was that, Bill? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah,
but
no,
gosh,
no.
you had to be out of your dang mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you have a staff with you at the time, or was it just family and you? Okay, just you and your mom.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. You guys
we were everything.
Crushing.
Yeah.
My gosh.
But it was good to test out what resonated, what didn't resonate, but then even with best laid plans, right? Like then we finally get in here. And I thought that we had the menu set because we were supposed to have opened in the summer. Then we were supposed to open in the fall and winter. So we thought that we had all these. And then we finally opened, and then Bill's like, no, I want to do something different.
No.
Right?
No.
Right?
Oh, no.
So
Bill's like, I just want to go flip burgers. Enough of this.
So it's funny because like a big reason why that I'm doing this is because he is that talented.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to have all the pieces of equipment, the space, the flexibility, and to do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
I really believe in his talent.
You bet.
And so what we ended up compromising on is we have 2 menus. The first one is forever favorites.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you're a Filipino restaurant, you better have these things or you're going to get in trouble.
Okay.
So our forever favorite stays the same. It's got the lumpia, the skewers, the pancit bihon, chicken adobo.
And we'll talk about that in the next segment in detail. But go ahead. Sorry.
And then the other page is where he had ultimate freedom.
Nice.
And that was the
Seasonal.
seasonal menu that would change every 3
awesome.
months.
100%.
Yeah.
That's great.
But even then, we still have our cussing and discussing that happens.
You should. Your brother and sister.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Because
great.
I mean, like this one that's coming up in the winter, I'm like, for a year and a half, I'm like, we're having escabeche. And he was like, yeah, in the fall. Yeah, in the winter. Yeah, in the summer.
You kept pushing it.
Oh, it's happening in the winter.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You got to teach her how to make it and get her back there to do it?
No way, man. No way, man.
But it's her favorite.
It is my favorite.
It's my mom's favorite.
Okay.
It's our Lola's recipe favorite.
Okay. All right. Great.
Yes.
This is great. So, it had been a long road, but you guys finally got everything built out.
Yeah.
Bill's back in.
Yeah.
And you decide it's go time. Let's soft
Yeah.
open. Let's open the doors.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because that had to be, it taken so long for you guys from idea to concept to doors open.
Yeah.
What was your heart doing that day when the doors opened?
That's probably beating really fast.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
Because we didn't have time to practice.
No, we
No.
didn't.
There was
Yeah.
no time to practice.
Yeah.
It was,
No, because we
Yeah.
just got like approvals. Because everything just delayed, and we're like,
Why were you and I
oh, shit.
talking about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a plan to have like a whole month.
So many Instagram messages to Maria. So when are you opening?
You
it's
did.
Yeah. I would spam you. Are you guys open yet? When are you opening? Is it next week? No,
I
it's next
know,
month.
I
Not
know.
next month. I thought it was next week. No, it's next
No,
month.
me too.
No, I'm kidding.
It was hard. It was
I'm
really
sure.
hard. And then we were like, oh, just pull the Band-Aid and go, man.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
But this is really interesting. Proof, when we opened the first night at Proof,
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. I was in the walk-in. I'm so glad they had a walk-in cooler because I was in there so that I could breathe.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And so that helped me do this. It really, really did.
Yeah, it was.
What what an absolute blessing that was.
I know. And then now, now this is just like an extension of our home. If you ever come to my house, it pretty much looks like this.
Okay.
It's an extension of our home, and everybody who's in here becomes family. Like,
yeah.
it's really
You can tell.
fascinating.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can tell. So, you get the doors open, you're going, talk about the response you guys have gotten since you've, it's always, you don't know what you're doing until you do it. You never know until you know. And now you guys are at the point where you know.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what works here.
Yeah.
You know what works for you guys. And now you got the people coming in. You've got regulars now. You got things. How has that been for you guys? Is a dream realized?
Yeah, it's fun.
I think it's fun. I think the dream is bigger than what
Sure.
it is even today.
As well it should be.
But like we were really intentional about saying, okay, dinner first.
Yeah.
Let's figure out dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Then we added lunch.
Yeah.
We tried brunch and it didn't go over that well.
Brunch culture in Northwest Arkansas is
It's interesting.
it's been an incubation for like 30 years.
Right. But a lot of people say they want it, but
I
then they
know.
don't go to it when
I
you
know.
have it.
You guys should do brunch. Okay, we're doing brunch. Where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah.
And then, we have 2 private karaoke rooms, so even just getting that off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But a big part of why we love doing this is the experiences part.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, obviously there's that experience. When you unwrap the napkins, that's an experience because you get a fork and a spoon instead of a knife. And then when you read the menu, like that's an experience. When you get the food, it's experience. But now we're adding on things like our boodle fight, things like our supper club. All of these other things are pieces of the dream around creating experiences for people that is taking shape. And I'm very, very happy to say it has been well received.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of well received, Top Chef NWA. Someone else is pretty well
Yes.
received.
People's Choice.
That's right. The People's Choice Award for Chef Bill.
Yes.
I know I talked to you, I was around the corner and saw you day of as you guys were prepping that morning. But, and I know we sat down and talked about that in a separate podcast, but getting that award, and I guess it kind of made it worth it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun experience all around. So,
Yeah.
And for everybody here, too, to join in with us. And
Family affair, once again.
It was great.
Family
Yeah,
affair.
we closed the restaurant down, so
I
all of us
remember.
was there.
Yeah, I remember. Well, it was a fun event. I just remember,
Cold.
I was about to say, towards the end of the night,
Yeah.
the wind whipping up there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was about to go back where you guys were, out of the wind.
I don't know how you sat up there all that time.
Man, if it's that way again next year, I'm going with like 2 layers.
Right.
I mean, I'm burying myself. Well, cool. Are you guys ready to talk food?
Yeah.
We will talk food. We've got the Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week, and that's up next right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas.
Let me show you something.
Connect with us at Flavors of Northwest Arkansas on Facebook and Instagram, or by email at flavorsofnwa@gmail.com.
Welcome back. It is time for the Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week, and for that we're going to Miss Maria. Maria, what is your tip?
So my tip is always have frozen lumpia in the freezer.
Okay, for those that don't know,
True.
tell them what lumpia is.
So lumpia is the Filipino version of a spring roll. So it's that lighter, thinner, crispier wrapper. You can fill it with whatever you want, but it freezes so well that you can make. Oh yes, you can make like hundreds of them and freeze them. And then when you have guests over that not planned or whatever, and you've got to entertain or feed them, fry that up or even air fry it. And presto changeo, you've got like an amazing dish.
Presto changeo. So air fryer settings, if you're doing that, what are we thinking? 350 for 15?
I don't know. I don't ever time stuff.
Yeah.
I look at it.
Okay. All right.
Or smell it.
Bill, what would you say if you're freezing lumpia and you're putting it together?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't use the air fryer.
Oh, would you not? Would you do like the oven, 350 for 15, 20?
It's best fried.
Best fried?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best fried.
Okay, good to know. All right.
Yeah.
Lumpia fried, and we'll find out more about lumpia here in a second. We'll be right back.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
In May, the number of people in the organ donation waiting line to get their organ, to get a transplant, was 105,000. Now, in November, 107,000. It just keeps going up. Here's what you can do. By the way, only 64% of eligible Arkansans are registered to be organ donors. Please do. Here's how you do it. Organdonor.gov is the place to go. It takes 5 minutes. You can do it in Arkansas. It takes 5 minutes on the Arkansas League. It takes 5 minutes on the Texas link. Once you go through, you get signed up in that short of a time. Also, the Health app on your iPhone, you can also get signed up that way. And of course, the Department of Finance, if you're getting a new license, do it that way. Even if you're just registering a car, you can ask them to make you an organ donor, and they can have that put on your ID as well. Please do so. Please don't take your organs with you when you go. You can save lives. Again, organdonor.gov. Thank you so much. And we're back. Lasang Pinoy, we're talking food. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get it. Oh, well, you know what? I lied. I want to talk about the karaoke rooms before we get into the food, because we were talking about it a little bit on the way out. Karaoke rooms are unique, but not so much for Filipino restaurants. Tell me about it.
Well, I think that if you put a mic in front of any Filipino, there shall be singing.
Okay.
So it is such
We're waiting, guys.
It's just such a big part of the culture that
Yeah.
you go to a party, it ends in karaoke.
Oh, wow.
It is such a big part of the culture.
Yeah.
So we knew we needed it in this restaurant.
Nice.
And a lot of people will do open mic karaoke. I think Big Box Karaoke, which is a fantastic group down in Fayetteville, they've got private karaoke rooms. We have 2. One is called Go Bananas,
Okay.
and one is called Go Coconuts.
All right.
And it's just a really fun space to go in there and forget your worries. Interestingly enough, I've had people come in that just broke up with somebody.
Oh, no.
And they will go in there and reserve it just for themselves, and they will sing their hearts out.
No kidding.
And it's so amazing. It's so cathartic.
Oh, my gosh.
It is amazing. But even if you go in with a group of people, it's just, you just don't want to leave. You get lost in your world.
I'm betting it gets rowdy.
It can get
Yeah.
rowdy, especially when my husband's
By the way-
behind the bar, because he will challenge both of them to be as loud as possible.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That is so great. That's awesome. Well, into the food now. What was it like putting together the first menu for this place? And I guess that was probably at Proof, if I'm not mistaken. And even though the menu changed every 2 weeks, what was it like putting it together and then getting the final one together here, although it's not final? I know, that was a really strange question. Let's just start with Proof, though, getting the menu together, the first one.
I don't really recall that one, but I mean,
The most important thing for Bill was the seasonality of
Sure.
it, and making sure that we were taking advantage of veggies and that were
In season.
in season.
Yeah.
Like, because you'll see on our fall and winter menu, you won't see mango on
Right.
the menu.
Right.
You'll see more coconuts. So it's just, that's the first part, was what's the season.
Yeah.
And then we do have a conversation. We do actually have lots of conversation around, will the Filipino community like it or not?
Yeah.
Will the white community like it or not?
Yeah.
So we talk about that. How do we stay true to the cuisine,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And make it accessible? And then the other thing that we talk about is, when it comes to accessibility, is like the food preferences and allergies. So I had alpha-gal, and I couldn't have beef or pork.
Right.
Which is how we ended up with rellenong hipon, a lumpia that is ground turkey and a whole shrimp, because my mom made it so that I could have it.
Ah.
But we have 4 different fryers to keep the protein separate.
wow.
Every dish is made to order so that we know, do we use a veggie stock or a chicken stock? So
Okay.
it's almost like Legos that you piece together once we find out what food allergies or restrictions or preferences that people need, and we want to respect that.
For sure.
So he will always make sure the menu has something vegan, something vegetarian, options in terms of proteins. So that actually is a really big part when we think about how balanced is the menu.
It's a lot to pay attention to, of course. So when you were putting it together for Lasang Pinoy now here, I'm assuming it was a big list. I know you'd had a big try and fail list from Proof, where you proofed your menus and changed them every 2 weeks. What was it like putting the final one together for here? And it was, I say final, the final for the opening.
yeah, it was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had their opinion about what they should, or what should be on the menu. So,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think where we ended up and why we ended up with the first menu
Yeah.
was what could be leveraged so that we could make it as easy as possible, since we didn't know what could output from that kitchen.
Okay. Yeah. Fair point.
Because we only have 6 burners. We
Gotcha.
have 4 different fryers. We have this space here.
Goes from Legos to Tetris.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what makes sense in terms of how much food we can store, because
Yeah.
all of it is fresh. So we have one inky-dinky, freezer,
Yeah.
because the food is fresh.
yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it what for the ice cream?
For
Just
the ice cream.
yes.
But we did add a special lumpia freezer just for lumpia.
Okay.
My mom has labeled it
Lumpia freezer. That's awesome. Well, speaking of lumpia, and we had talked about it quite a bit, but you guys have several on the menu. Tell me about them. And by the way, I've had the Shanghai, which is yum.
Well, we have the Shanghai, which is that ground beef, ground pork, and traditionally Shanghai lumpia is open-ended, which
Yeah.
is why it's longer and looks a little different than the others. Then we have the dynamite, which I think is funny because it looks like a dynamite.
Yep.
So we design it so that the chili, top of the chili is poking out.
Love
it's
it.
like a dynamite
Yeah,
stick.
yeah.
And that's stuffed with cheese.
Yes.
And then we have the rellenong hipon, which is that ground turkey, and a whole shrimp. So it's not chopped up shrimp, it's
Okay.
a whole shrimp.
All right.
And then we have the gulai, which right now is my absolute favorite.
Okay.
Because it's just veggies, but it is so good. It is so good. And then kind of what everybody says all the time is like, you better bottle these sauces. So Bill makes his own mango ginger dipping sauce and then a spicy vinegar sauce.
Yummo.
Yeah.
Are we bottling yet?
No.
Okay.
That's
All right.
like phase 5.
Fave 17. We got it. Well, and these are things that are core to your menu.
Yeah, that's going to stay forever.
You'll always have the lumpia. I would assume you'll always have the barbecue skewers.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
Yeah. Well, the barbecue skewers, so what's interesting about Filipino food, for a hot minute last year, there were several condiments that were banned that came from the Philippines, like bagoong, a fermented shrimp.
Oh, wow.
Even banana ketchup was banned. And so Bill was like, I got to make my own banana ketchup. So that's the base of that, the skewers, the chicken and pork skewers. We also have tofu skewers too.
Yeah. That's pretty great.
I know.
Wow, good for you.
I'm telling you, scratch right here.
I'm telling you.
Crazy.
I'm telling you. Also, pancit bihon.
Yes.
I think I said it right. That's what I had last year.
Yes.
I love it. So
Yes.
good. Tell me more about it.
Oh, that's a Filipino staple.
It is.
It's at every party.
Every party, every wedding,
Yeah.
it symbolizes good luck. It comes
You gotta
from the
have it at New
Chinese
Year's.
kind of. You have to have it for New Year's.
Okay.
Yeah, but it comes. So Philippine cuisine is really interesting because there's so many influences. So we have a tasting menu and a supper club that we're going through right now. It's like 8 months long, but every month is a deep dive into a different country that has influenced the Philippines. The first month was the indigenous table, so it was all the ways of cooking, and then the second one we did was India and the spice trade, and then the one that's coming up will be China. And so pancit is a Chinese influence because of those noodles.
Okay.
What I think is interesting too about pancit is like there's a bazillion of them. You know, we have pancit bihon, which is a rice one, but at lunch we have pancit bami, which is a mix of canton noodles and sontanghon noodles.
Beef
And that's
red noodles. Yeah.
egg and wheat noodle, and then a mung bean noodle. So, and then on our winter menu, we've got pancit molo, which isn't pancit, but it is pancit because of the noodle.
Yes.
Because of
see.
the base. It's
It's
not
like
a
a
noodle per
dumpling.
se, it's a dumpling.
Okay.
Yes, but we're offering, I think, like three
Three.
different types: a vegan, a vegetarian, and a
Beef,
pork one.
Yeah.
Wow. Outstanding.
I
And
know.
this is something that will always be on the menu as
No,
well.
no, no.
Pancit bihon will.
Yeah, bihon, but not the molo.
Bihon, okay. And now I was yes, the bihon.
Yes.
But the lunch one, will that also be on the menu?
Forever? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. And then the chicken adobo I wanted to talk about too, because that also seems like it'll be around.
Yeah, that's on the Forever's menu.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that'll be
right.
around.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's the unofficial national dish of the Philippines.
Oh,
so
there you go.
They all wanted it, so we have
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Explain it for those that aren't aware.
it. Well, I cook it differently.
Cook it how you tell me how you cook it.
Yeah.
So I marinate the chicken.
Okay.
For like overnight.
Okay.
Maybe a day, in like soy sauce and vinegar, garlic.
Yeah.
And then that gets confit in oil, and then after that we fry it up and then serve it with the sauce.
Nice. Nice.
Adobo can be very, very controversial.
Okay.
Because some people put potatoes in it, some people don't put potatoes in it.
Okay.
I like it with the
People-
potatoes, so we serve it with
We
potatoes.
serve it with potatoes.
Okay.
You can put an egg in it, or you cannot put an egg in it.
Well, you have to have the egg,
You
I
can
think.
you can do pork, or you can do chicken. You can do whatever, and then
Okay.
probably, if you've been anywhere in the Philippines, they will have a version of adobo.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the same.
Interesting.
And I think the way we do it is I just want to highlight some of the things that are good about adobo.
Yeah.
It's like a crispy crust and a sauce and the potatoes.
Nice. All right. Now, you guys, as this goes up, will have just started a winter menu. What are a few highlights of that?
Well, we're getting escabeche.
Please tell folks about escabeche, your favorite thing on earth.
Favorite thing on earth. So the full platter will be a whole red snapper that's deep fried, and if I'm lucky, it's gonna curve, so it's just gonna be so beautiful on the plate. But then it'll have this sweet and sour sauce, and then the vegetables are cut like,
Julienne,
julienne, like Chinese food.
Okay.
Every vegetable has to be cut a certain way for a certain dish.
Yeah.
So these are julienne, and it'll have ginger and bell peppers, carrots, and onions.
Yum.
It is so very, very good. So that's on there. And then if
Awesome.
you want the half platter, he can make it into the little fillets.
Yeah.
But, man, you got to get the whole fish.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the pancit molo we talked about. We'll do those three ways. Then we're doing empanada, which I love empanada, and we're doing that a couple of ways too. Again, going back to the accessibility, so we'll have the beef one, a chicken one, and then a veggie one. But those are basically hand pies. And, we were talking about influences. The empanada influence is from Spain.
Yeah.
Because Spain ruled the Philippines for 333 years via Mexico.
Wow.
So that's why we have so much Spanish and Mexican influences in the country.
Okay.
Which we actually, in the winter menu, will have pipián, which chicken pipián, which is a Mexican dish.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, what is that?
So it's kind of like a mole.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be like a tomato-based mole.
Oh, interesting.
But we use toasted rice powder and peanuts.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. Ooh, that sounds amazing.
yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But we
Awesome.
do use epazote, which they brought over.
Okay.
Well, they brought both peanuts and epazote. So
What is epazote?
it's a herb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What would you equate it to? Is it kind of like oregano-like, or
I think it's its own thing.
it's its own thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's different.
That's good. Well, now I want to know, because as you see it in the menu, the pronunciation and explainers or the history of the actual dish. Tell me what went into your thought process behind that, because I know that menu space is sacred,
I know.
but jumping in and doing that makes it so unique. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, I think for us, it's the journey. Right. So researching it, doing it, and sharing it. That's the whole journey. So everybody gets to share that same journey that we do.
Yeah. That's great.
It takes, I'm hounding Bill for weeks to get the menu, because once I get the menu, then I do the research behind it. And so
the menu goes out tomorrow. Here's your final copy.
No, negative. You want to see fireworks? You come here maybe 2 weeks before.
Negatory ghostwriter. Absolutely.
But what happens though is he goes on this journey thinking about what will fit in the kitchen, what complements all of this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the storyline? Where does it come from? And then I go in and I look up the origin story of those dishes.
Yeah.
Because as we're learning about our culture and our cuisine, we're sharing that with others. But to make sure that folks know that Philippine food is not a one-size-fits-all.
Sure.
The Philippines there was not even a Philippines before it became the Philippines, because it was just so diverse and spread out by different rulers and stuff.
Yeah.
The cuisine is the same way. So what you get in northern Philippines is totally different than southern. What you get inland in the mountains is totally different than you get on the ocean.
Yeah.
And so we're very specific about this comes from the Ilocano region, this comes from the Bicolano region, this comes from Visayan or Mindanao.
Nice. Yeah.
So that it's an education experience as well.
Very cool. Now, you've talked about a dinner club.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, so we started with a 7-course tasting menu that we tested out at Proof.
Okay.
And every course was a dish from that country. But our supper club meets once a month, and it's 4 courses from the country.
Okay.
And it's only 10 people that we bring in,
Sure.
and it's been so beautiful because the tablescape changes, the India one that we just did, I laid out a bunch of spices that he had in the dishes, and we explored the journey of the spice. Where did it originate? Smelled it,
wow.
tasting it,
Very cool.
touching it.
What
It's a very
experience.
sensory kind of thing, but because it's a small group, everyone is sharing. Everyone's sharing their stories of when they traveled, or like, you know, their background, their histories, their memories, their moms, and you know, it's just a really intimate
That's great.
experience. And we're having a really good time. Like, we pair drinks to go with it, and one of our guests suggested we do mocktails, so not only do we have a cocktail pairing, but we also have a mocktail pairing.
It's great.
And I like that because, again, it's just about accessibility.
Yeah. So how are folks able to become part of one of those? Or are they?
It's a secret club.
Okay. All right.
But
Not 4 times.
it is. It's what has become is a cohort group that I think is going to stay with us the whole time. In fact, the other night they were talking about, like, what if we added a trip to the Philippines as the end?
Ambitious.
And so we might do something crazy like that. Spend 10 days just in like the Manila area and try to hit as many different places as we can. But we have maybe 1 or 2 seats that are available, but we like that it's a cohort.
Yeah.
At this point. And then once we do, you know, the next series, then we'll open it up again.
Okay.
But everybody really likes that they're getting to know each other too.
That's great. That's really cool. What a way to do it.
It's not just me like being on a cruise ship talking about, you know, what's this dish. You know.
Yeah. I hear you. That's great. Well, cool.
Thanks.
Well, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's been
thank you.
good. How can
Yeah, you're awesome.
well, no, you're awesome. Both of you guys are awesome. Clearly, he's got the paper saying he's awesome. How can folks find you online and in person?
Yes, we have a website, lasangpinoynwa.com.
Okay.
We're on Instagram, Lasang Pinoy NWA.
Okay.
Facebook, Lasang Pinoy NWA. Find us.
That's it.
I'm always here.
That's it. Bill lives here.
And Bill lives here, yes.
LASANGPINOY.
That is correct.
Perfect.
It means Flavors of the Philippines.
Okay, perfect. And this is the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, also on TikTok. How about it, right?
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Please don't forget to tip your servers. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.